April 23rd, 1992. And on that day, a discovery was announced that, in the words of the British physicist Stephen Hawking, he said, "It is a discovery of the century, if not of all time." Remarkable because Stephen Hawking has a reputation for understatement. Michael Turner from the University of Chicago, not too far away, I was there yesterday, he says the significance of this discovery cannot be overstated. They have found the holy grail of cosmology. As to how holy of a grail we're talking about, George Smoot, who led the team of 30 American astrophysicists that made the discovery, he said, "What we have found is evidence for the birth of the universe. It's like looking at God." Questioning the holy books of the religions of the world, I knew God must exist because of the Big Bang. There's a beginning, there's got to be a beginner. But I doubted that God was personal and caring because I felt that planet Earth was just an insignificant speck of dust in the eyes of a God that created 100 billion trillion stars. What could we matter to such an awesome God? But what astronomers have discovered is that the total mass of the universe acts as a catalyst for nuclear fusion. And the more massive the universe is, the more efficiently nuclear fusion operates in the cosmos. Now, if you make the universe too massive, the mass density too great, then very quickly all of the matter in the universe is converted from hydrogen into elements heavier than iron. And life is impossible because the universe is devoid of carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, etc. But if the universe has too little mass, then fusion will work so inefficiently that all the universe will ever produce is hydrogen, or hydrogen in a small amount of helium. And again, the carbon and oxygen and hydrogen you need for life would be missing. What does that tell me about the Creator? For God so loved the human race that he went to the expense of building 100 billion trillion stars and carefully shaped and crafted those 100 billion trillion stars for the entire age of the universe, so at this brief moment in time, we could all have a nice place to live. now have 41 characteristics of the solar system that must be fine-tuned for life to exist. But even if the universe contains as many planets as it does stars, which in my opinion is a gross overestimate, That still leaves you with less than 1 chance in a billion trillion that you find even one planet in the entire universe with a capacity for supporting life. That tells us a couple of things. Number one, it tells us that we're wasting valuable taxpayer money to look for intelligent life elsewhere in the universe. Worse than that, we're wasting valuable telescope time. In the words of William Proxmire, would be far wiser looking for intelligent life in Washington than looking for it in other states. But it also tells us that it wasn't God wandering throughout the vastness of the cosmos and saying, wow, that's the best one, I will use that. No, with odds this remote, we must realize that God must have specially designed and crafted by miraculous means planet Earth so it support life, so it support human beings. Planet Earth is not an accident. Planet Earth is a product of divine design. Document the appearance of a single animal species in the world of nature, and a vast majority of animal species, we cannot even detect any genetic movement. It's a virtual zero. The Bible offers us the perfect explanation. For 6 days, God created. On the 7th day, He rested. For 6 days, He replaced the species that were going extinct with more and different, more complex, and more diverse species. For 6 days He created through special fiat and miraculous means. The evidence we see here in the fossil record. But the Bible tells us that when He created Eve, He ceased from His work of creating new species of life. God is at rest. We're in the 7th day of God's rest. 7th day of His creation work, where He has rested from His work of creating. So all we see today are the natural processes. The natural processes tell us the planet is heading to a rapid death. But Revelation 21 tells us that the very instant that God conquers the problem of evil in man, He will create again. There's an 8th day of creation coming. And by the way, it's exciting to think about the fact that God might have many weeks of creation planned for the future. We're simply through the first week. Can you imagine what's going to happen in the 2nd week, the 3rd week, the 4th week, etc.? Exciting news that we can be part of that work with Him.